RHU.
مشوار طويل.
Equality. Equality. This is a term that has been thrown under the bus for centuries. You know, as hypocritical people, we're the fastest when it comes to demanding equality and praising it, when in reality, we're the last ones to actually take action. You know, equality is just a utopian concept, whereas here in the real world, it's a mess. Let's take the United States of America as an example. The country of freedom and liberty, where 3 amendments were placed in the 1800s to ensure the equality of black and white women alike. However, we still observe white on black violence. As we speak, a black child has fallen victim to police brutality. As we speak, a black woman has fallen victim to sex trafficking. Now, I don't blame you if you don't know that, because the news is so consumed with the past that they just keep flashing images of the past, flickering images of Abraham Lincoln, the white savior complex. However, that's not the truth. Unfortunately, racism is alive and thriving. It is not dead. It is not dead, that's for sure. These black, resilient men and women did not do anything to deserve to be dehumanized, criminalized, and hated on. Now let's move on to something more relevant, such as Lebanon. Now, of course, Lebanon isn't famous for its racism. A big example of that would be a black woman who is treated as nothing more than an accessory in a household, or a black man, a Lebanese black man, may I say, that is probably highly qualified and competent, yet is turned down a very important job opportunity because of his skin color. Other things, along with racism, is sexism, misogyny, xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia, bigotry, and the list goes on, actually. However, I would like to stress on misogyny because every day we hear news of women, of crimes committed against women, like, I don't know, mass rape, forced marriages, child marriage, domestic abuse. Unfortunately, double standards is deeply embedded within our society, and it is the sole basis of our Arab culture where a man gets a pat on his back for harassing women and catcalling them on the street. Whereas women, they're told to cover up, to act modest, and to be shameful, and to preserve their honor. Because whatever happens to them is an aftermath of their behavior. Because by the end of the day, boys will be boys, and men will be men, and there's nothing to do to change this mentality. Of course, I know that everyone's heard of this metaphor before, where a woman gets compared to a piece of candy. Yes, that's how objectified we are, sadly. A woman who preserves her honor, who's modest, is a candy inside its candy wrapper. And a woman who chooses to defy society's, the Arab culture's definition of modest, is compared to a rotten candy outside of its wrapper. Honestly, what have we come to? Our lives are not theories. Our lives are not theories, and our fates should not be discussed for us in academic arguments. We are human too, and we belong to the revolution. Now, of course, sorry. Okay. Women have been a very important basis of the society. This is not a speech with a hopeful undertone. This is a wake-up call to the reality of how things are, because glorifying equality won't get us anywhere. Our ancestors have been glorifying equality for the past centuries. However, we're still on our knees in the 21st century begging for our basic fundamental rights. We haven't achieved anything. We haven't gone anywhere. However, I'm counting on our generation because I, for one, know that we are more educated and more well-informed than the latter. I'm counting on our society to slam the patriarchy and enforce racial justice. And let me remind you that a bystander who witnesses a crime and doesn't do anything about it is held accountable just as much as the next criminal is.